Give it up for Hector. Next up, I have the Executive Director of CAIR New Jersey, Salahuddin Mahsoud. Give it up for him. Come on, give it up, give it up. We're loud here. There's a protest today.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Let me ask you a question. Are you tired of protesting? Are you tired of marching?
No!
Are you tired about talking about Palestine?
No!
Are you tired about talking about black lives?
No!
What we do every weekend, every day in this country, fighting, protesting, marching, posting online, educating people, doing webinars is little sacrifice compared to what people sacrifice every day in this country and overseas. Families have been ripped apart. Children have been dying. The blood has been shed because the IDF thinks it's okay to slaughter Palestinian children in Gaza and force out families in East Jerusalem. They look at the Arab communities in these places as subhuman. The same way the police officers in this nation see the black community in this country as subhuman. The sacrifices that we make pale into comparison to the sacrifices of the black and brown people in this country and the Palestinians overseas. Same as the Kashmiris that are facing oppression because of a far right-wing government in India. Same as the Uyghur Chinese Muslims in China that are facing concentration camps because they dare to proclaim the kalima of La ilaha illallah. Same as the Yemenis that are suffering because the Saudi government is oppressing them. Same as all oppressed people across this world. So it is our obligation as human beings to stand up for justice and for the voiceless. They have no voice. We live in a country that has a monopoly on the military and the global power that has a social, political, economic stranglehold on the world. As American citizens, it is our obligation to fight for justice and to defend the rights of the Palestinian people, of the Kashmiri people, of the black and brown people in this country and all over the world. It is our country, the American empire, that is bringing suffering upon many people across this world, and it is our obligation to pressure our politicians and our community leaders to speak up for justice. We have to realize that our fight is a connected fight, because the same tear gas that is used against Palestinians is the same tear gas that is used against black and brown people in this country. It is the same bullets, it is the same bombs, it is the same weapons. The same tactics used by police officers in this country are the same tactics used against Palestinian people. We've all seen the famous images of the knees on the brown and black people in this country and the knees on the Palestinian people that are choking them in their necks and in their upper torso. It is the same empire that is oppressing both people. And we have to realize that we have to join forces, stand shoulder to shoulder in our fight for justice, in our fight for civil rights, in our fight for human rights, in our fight for dignity and respect for all people. If we don't stand together, we will not see success for the Palestinian people. We will not see success for the black and brown people in this country. We don't have a choice. We must stand united, and we must have a united front when combating oppression both here in America and overseas. So I will end with this. We have to think about how we can give back. Protesting is essential. It is important that we give up our time and our weekends and our days to stand in these corners and these streets on this beautiful Saturday, and speak up and speak loud so that everyone can hear us. So that politicians can hear us and see us. But we have to make phone calls. We have to do emails. We have to write letters. We have to speak to our friends and our family and educate them about what's going on. We have to be loud, and we cannot stop posting. We cannot stop educating. We cannot give up. This is the sacrifice that we have to make. We have to make this sacrifice in order to see freedom for the oppressed people of the world. So I'll end with this. Make a small prayer for the people that are oppressed, both here in America and overseas. Inshallah, you can join me. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We ask Allah, the creator of all, the knower of all, the giver of life, the taker of life, to give freedom to the oppressed people here in America. Say Ameen. We ask God Almighty to forgive those that are fighting and guide them and protect them in their fight for justice. Say Ameen. We ask Allah to give Jannah to those that have passed away in the fight for justice. Say Ameen. We ask Allah to give relief to those that are oppressed both here in America and overseas. Say Ameen. We ask Allah to allow us to see a free Palestine. We ask God to allow us to see a freed nation both here in America and overseas. We ask Allah to free the Chinese Muslims, to free the Kashmiri Muslims, to free the Yemeni Muslims from the oppressors that exist here in America and overseas. We ask Allah to allow us to be the ones, the champions of justice. May He use us as a means of justice in this country and abroad. May we be the tools and the mechanisms that will maintain justice here in America and overseas. May we be the ones to lead in the forefront for justice. And may many, millions and millions of people follow in our footsteps as we champion the cause of justice, both here in America, in New Jersey, in North Bergen, and for the world across. May God guide us in our efforts and protect us all. Jazakumullah khairan wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.